Only 41 Action News was there moments after a massive fire exploded from a tanker truck on Interstate 70 in Kansas City.
The truck tipped over, sparking a fire and several explosions just before 5 o'clock this morning. Sarah Hollenbach was on the scene even before firefighters, and she witnessed those explosions.
Emergency crews arrived minutes later to the eastbound lanes of I-70 between Manchester Traffic Way and I-435. Good afternoon, everyone. At this point, the Missouri Department of Transportation says I-70 will remain closed until at least 8 o'clock tonight.
So if you're headed to tonight's Royals game, you'll probably want to try to find a different route. Garrett Hake is live near the scene with an update on all of those cleanup efforts. Good afternoon, Garrett.
Jadian, this is the Metro's busiest interchange on any normal night, I-70 and 435, and as you can see, it is completely shut down still nearly 12 hours after that fiery crash earlier this morning. Now take a look at this. This is exclusive video shot by 41 Action News earlier this morning when a semi-truck flipped over and burst into flames, spewing wreckage across both the east and westbound sides of I-70. The trailer was hauling a couple of different chemicals which burned for some time, and now it's the cleanup of those chemicals that's going to drag out this process into the evening. As you can see, we still have hazmat teams and road crews out here even now continuing to work. They're saying it might be at least 8 o'clock before this road is reopened. For now, as you said, MoDOT is advising commuters who have to use this to get home from work tonight to try to find an alternate route, and the Royals are suggesting people leave for the game much earlier than they normally would. Now, we'll continue to update the situation out here throughout the evening, but for now, I'm Garrett Hake, 41 Action News.
Oh, Steve Porter with the Missouri Department of Transportation joins us on the phone now. Steve, do we still expect it to be 8 o'clock before I-70 reopens tonight?
We don't see anything so far that's going to change that. We're hoping that we can speed that up. They were able to get into a larger valve so that they could offload the hazardous material more quickly, and that is key to making sure that we can get in there and get the highway open sooner.
Now, MoDOT has all the traffic signs and the other ways to route traffic around. How has the rerouting gone today? It's been an all-day process for you.
It's been slow, and it's going to be slower tonight. Of course, coming out of downtown, folks eastbound on I-70 are going to be diverted to Route 40, and we're going to encourage anybody coming out of the downtown area or western Jackson County to take alternative routes, Route 24, take Truman Road, take 23rd Street, take Independence Avenue, whatever you can do to get around this and not get on I-70 or even 40 Highway.
No, sure. And then folks heading into the Royals game tonight are also going to have to watch that. A lot of people come to the Royals game on 70 as well, right?
If you're coming from I-435 from the north or the south, you may be surprised at how easy it will be to get into the stadium, because the traffic that ordinarily would feed from downtown into I-70 and onto that collector ramp to get off at Blue Ridge Cutoff won't be interfering with you if you're coming from the north or from the south on I-435 going to that same exit. So it may be a little easier for you.
All right.
But if you're coming from downtown or from western Jackson County, you may want to try some alternate routes to get to I-435.
All right, one good way of looking at it tonight. All right, Steve Porter with MoDOT tonight. Thanks very much.
You bet.
And Captain Greg Bordon was in Skytracker, over the scene as the sun came up this morning. Now, Captain Greg, thanks for joining us. You have had a bird's eye view of this all day long. What can you tell us now?
Yeah, exactly, Johnny. And we were down here this morning and saw the aftermath of this. Of course, the amazing video that Sarah had earlier. The thing about what's going on right now, we've already heard about this, the hazmat crews on the scene there. You can see that that tanker is in the exact same position it was this morning. So a lot of work continues to go on there with the hazmat crews. Kansas City Fire Department on the scene monitoring that. As we pull back, we can see that, of course, I-70 is completely blocked by this east and westbound. Once again, this is just west of 435. As Brenda looks over to the north of I-70, that's going to be 40 Highway, and you can see 40 Highway much busier than it normally be, especially on a Friday afternoon. That is the primary alternative for this. The other one is 23rd Street, a little bit further to the north of 40 Highway. And some people maybe even coming out Independence Avenue to Independence from there. So like he said, especially coming out to the Royals game from the west, there's going to be a little bit of a trick to that. But just be very patient this afternoon. Traffic through this part, 435 and I-70, much more congested than usual. Guys, back to you in the studio.
All right, Greg, thanks. We're going to run through this one more time to make sure you understand, because it can be tricky. As you mentioned, fans heading to the Royals game who normally take east and westbound I-70 will have to find alternate routes tonight. Route 40 will be very heavily traveled, but it is the one that they suggest that you can get around with. But again, that's going to be the way traffic is diverted from I-70 all night from the interstate. Now, 435, as we heard, may be the best access into the Truman Sports Complex in Kauffman Stadium. Those heading to the game, those should leave earlier than planned, just to make sure you have enough time to get in there for the first pitch. We'll continue to monitor the traffic conditions and the road closure. Our web team is also constantly updating KSHB.com.